Hello. No. Can anyone hear me?
Hello, Heidi.
Hi, how are you?
Very well. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Enjoying the sunshine at the moment.
But you're working.
Yeah, hello.
Hi.
Hiya.
Yeah, it's nice to work in the sun rather than in the rain.
You've caught the sun.
Yeah, I probably have, to be fair. I need to start wearing sun cream.
Yeah.
I'm dealing with the hay fever as well. I need to start taking hay fever meds early this year.
Me too. I am also taking hay fever pills. And
Yeah.
I don't normally, but it's been really bad this week.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, maybe it's just this week then. Bit of pollen in the air.
Yeah, lots of it. Tree pollen, I think.
I see. Okay. How are you, Stephanie?
Yeah, fine, thank you. I don't have hay fever, so I can't.
You lucky thing.
Sorry.
You're gardener. I think we've got Sarah and hopefully my mother joining as well.
Okay.
There she is, connecting. Oh, it's nice. It's nice that it's warmed up a little bit because it did snow during the week last week, didn't it? So
yeah. The wind is cold though.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah, it's been a bit bracing, that wind.
Yeah. End of May, if we're lucky, it will go away.
Hopefully we'll be able to get out and about as well a bit more.
Yeah, rather than sat in the cold.
Yeah, we'll see anyway.
Hopefully.
Okay. You hear me, Mum?
Hello, Heidi.
Hello. I can hear you. You sound like you're very far away though.
Yeah, I'm having technical issues as always.
As always. Okay. Let's mute everyone. And then we can start. I need to pin my video, sorry. I'm back. Hang on a sec so I can see if you can see me properly. I think that might be a bit bright again. We're okay. We're okay. All right. So let's take our parallel stance. Roll our shoulders back and relax them. Make sure that head is in alignment. Nice space between the chin and the chest. Close the eyes and just focus on your breathing. Hello, Sarah, if you can hear me. Okay, so breathing in through the nose, filling those lungs up. Exhale, release all that air out through the mouth. Another deep breath in through the nose. And exhale, release that air out through the mouth. Making sure those shoulders are relaxed. Just focus on that breathing. Wonderful. So just taking that time to forget the day and just think about this moment. Lovely deep breaths and that lovely length all the way through that spine. So from the top of the head to the bottom of the feet, pushing all the way along. Exhale, get even taller. Keep those shoulders relaxed. Okay, we're just going to come into some balancing. So sweep those arms up and just balance on those toes, holding that, being aware of how your core responds and how your feet respond as well. And if you'd like to, you can close your eyes to test yourself that little bit more. Keep on breathing. And on your next exhale, let's come out of that. Let's come into a single leg balance, lovely deep inhale. And coming onto your right leg, so lifting that left leg as high as you're comfortable lifting it. And we're just going to hold that as well for a few breaths. Keep breathing, make sure those shoulders are relaxed. Hello, I can see you now, Sarah. Okay, lovely stuff. Let's go on to the other leg. Lovely deep inhale. Oh, exhale, lifting and holding. Again, remember, if you'd like to close your eyes, you can. Just make sure you're safe. Okay, on your next exhale, let's come back to center and make sure that our weight is over the big toe, little toe and heel. We're just going to stretch our arms off, so palms facing forwards, deep inhale, and open up. Exhale, push the air out as you come back to center. Inhale, open, keep that core engaged. Exhale, back to center, keep the knees soft as well. Inhale, open that chest up. Exhale, back to center. And again. Keeping that chin and chest, lovely space in between the two. One more of these and then we'll go into some full circles. Let's bring those arms down, circle up. And then in the other direction, coming onto your toes if you're happy to, and again. Reaching through those fingertips, one more. Back around to the front. Wonderful, let's come into a V stretch. Stretching through the front of the chest, front of the neck. And holding that for a couple of breaths. And on the exhale, coming back to center, take a deep inhale. Back to that V stretch. About that length through the abdominals, the front of the chest and the neck. And if you'd like to, we'll add the squat as well. I'm going to face the front again, deep inhale. Exhale into that V stretch. Take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, coming into a gentle Pilates squat. Inhale, open up again. Exhale, monkey squat there. Inhale, open up. Remember, you want to make sure those knees are going over where the feet are and the weight is staying on the heels. Inhale at the top, wonderful. So we're going to do a couple of repetitions after this one where we're going to pulse that squat. If you feel uncomfortable, please just come out of it. So coming up, holding those hands in front of us, we're just going to pulse 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back up, let's hold that V stretch for a couple of breaths. And on your next exhale, coming into that squat. And we're going to pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. There's your last one. Just give your feet a bit of a, well, rotating on the ball of your foot to release those knees, hips, and ankles. You can do that on the other side as well. Wonderful. Let's just go into some simple rotation. We're just going to stretch into a full body stretch. Take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, we're just going to open those arms up, rotate that upper body while keeping those hips facing forwards. Inhale back to center, and exhale, repeating on the other side. Keep those hips facing forwards and as much as you can. Inhale back to center. Exhale, open up. Inhale back to center. So keep that core engaged. And keep those knees soft. Inhale, center. Exhale, open. Okay, let's do a couple more repetitions on each side. So you'll come into your last repetition on each side of your rotation. Back to center, let's just go into a lovely full body stretch, fingertip to tip of toe again, and hold that, try and balance. Wonderful, releasing that. So we're just going to do some side bending before coming down to the mat. So if you've got your weights handy, feel free to take them. You can still do the exercise with that though. Just going to hold one in each hand, make sure we've got that parallel stance. Deep inhale, make sure we're engaged, and on the exhale, just going into simple side bending first. Allowing the weight to pull down on that side, thinking about the length through the obliques, the lats, and the outside of the body. Take a deep inhale as you come back to center, and exhale as you repeat on the other side. Keeping that bottom arm relaxed. Inhale, use that core as you come back to center. And we're going to repeat on the other side, trying to stretch a little bit further each time. Inhale, back to center. Exhale to repeat on the other side. Inhale, back to center. Exhale to repeat. So keep both those feet planted onto the floor the whole time. Make sure that you are stretching all the way through the outside of that leg as well. So that abductor and the outside of the thigh. Inhale back to center. So you can add the side lunge as well if you choose. But make sure you're still doing that lovely stretch. Inhale, pulling that into center. And repeating on the other side. Keeping that body parallel to the wall in front of you. Keeping those shoulders relaxed the whole time. Don't have to go too far with the lunge, even if it's just a slight step to the side. That's fine. Okay. After this one, we'll do one more on each side. And your last one. Wonderful. Flexing that all back up to centre. We can place these aside. And we're going to come to the back of our mats, coming into our roll down. So feet parallel to one another, lovely deep inhale, lengthen through the front of the neck. And on the exhale, roll those shoulders forwards. Relaxing the upper body as you gently and with control come down. So feel that resistance in the spine, the backs of the legs as well. Take a deep inhale at the end. And on the exhale, use the core, the glutes and the hamstrings to step back up. Opening the chest, inhaling. And on the exhale, repeat. So each time you repeat that movement, remember, you want to feel yourself stretching a little bit further if you can, while not compensating by bending the knees. Take a lovely deep inhale at the end. Exhale, tailbone pivots fast, followed by the rest of the spine. Shoulders roll back, lovely deep inhale. And repeating. So just go in your own time. Remember at the end you want to stretch. Take a breath in, and then as you step back up, use that exhale again. Really articulating that spine each time you repeat the exercise. Lovely stuff. Okay, so on your next repetition, we're going to hold it down there. We're going to go into our squats. So remember, you want to have your weight over your heels and those knees to go directly over the toes. Remember, if you are feeling uncomfortable staying in that roll down for too long, then please just come out of it. Inhale as you straighten. Exhale as you bend. Inhale, straight. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Keep that weight over the heels. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Let's do one more, and then we'll stack back up. On the next exhale, pivoting that tailbone, following that with the rest of the body. Open chest, deep breath in. And we're going to repeat that one more time. So holding yourself down there and then coming into those squats. Just go as deeply as you're comfortable going. Remember, you don't want to be putting any weight on the hands. You can always cradle the elbows if you like, as long as you're sure you're not going to fall. Exhale to lower. Inhale to straighten. Exhale to lower. Really think about engaging your glutes when you do these squats. Inhale to straighten. And putting the weight over the heels will help you with that. Make sure you're using the right muscles. Inhale to to straighten. Exhale to lower. Okay, let's just come up to straighten legs and just cradle the elbows as we hang for a few more seconds. Stretching through the back of the head, the back of the neck, the legs, and the spine. Okay, crawling gently out of that position. We're just going to come to a seated position. Remember, you've got the option of sitting on a block or a cushion. And we're just going to start with the legs straight in front of us and stretching off the neck as we've not done. Specific neck warm up today. So just holding that neck and just putting gentle pressure on it to stretch the trapeze muscles. You can change the angle of that gently as well. And you can come to the other side, doing the same again, making sure those shoulders are relaxed. Wonderful. Back to centre, we're going to go into the spine stretch forward. We want to take those legs just about mat width apart, stretching up and taking a deep breath in. On the exhale, we're going to pivot forwards. Again, remember there's a big ball here and you don't want to flatten that back. You also want to keep those arms glued to the ears. Inhale, coming back up to centre. I'm going to show you from the side. Exhale, rounding down over that ball. Keep that space between the chin and the chest. Inhale, use that core strength to come back to centre. Exhale, rounding down. Inhale, back up to centre. So we're just going to add one progression. It is a bit of a challenging one for the core, so if you don't want to do it, please just carry on with what we were just doing. Progression is to exhale, come down, and instead of when you inhale coming back up to centre, you're just straightening that spine and reaching towards the top corner of your room, and exhale to round again. So either inhale, stretching towards the top corner of the room, or the alternative is to pivot back up. So whichever one works for you. We're going to do 3 more repetitions of whichever one we're on. Inhale and reach. We've got 2 more. So you'll be coming into your last repetition around now. Stretching. And if everyone would like to just come back up to centre, hug those knees into the chest and release those arms as well. Taking a couple of breaths there. Lovely stuff. Okay, so we're just going to prop ourselves up on our forearms and do some lovely little toe taps before coming down onto our backs. So remember, you want to be pushing through those forearms, opening that chest. Those legs are at about a 45-degree angle, trying to keep that waist as tiny as possible. We're just alternating as we breathe freely. Remember, if this is a challenging exercise for you, you can start with the feet down and do lifting instead, which just puts slightly less pressure on that core. Keep breathing, keep that chest open. Remember that space between the chin and the chest. Let's do another 10 on each side. 9, 8, 7, 6, Keep breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Wonderful. Lowering yourself down gently and with control. We'll come into a full body stretch for a couple of seconds before setting our neutral. Flex those feet straight through the heels as well. And let's bend the knees again. So, rounding those arms down. We're just going to take a couple of breaths there, thinking about that length. So thinking about growing as tall as possible through the top of the spine. And each time you exhale, think about growing that little bit taller. Remember, there's a nice space between your bottom and your heels as well. And identify those Pilates breaths again. So deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, release it out through the mouth. With your next deep inhale, engage through that core, imprint onto the mat. Exhale to release. So inhale, engage pelvic floor muscles, close gap between lower back and the mat. Exhale to release. And again, even stronger. Exhale, release. And repeating. Exhale, release. And again. Keeping those shoulders relaxed. As strong as you possibly can this time through that core. Let's hold it. Take a few breaths. And engage even stronger. Okay, releasing gently. We're going to go into hip circles, starting big. Controlling then with that pelvic floor, with those core muscles that we've just identified. Making those circles smaller and smaller and smaller until we found a neutral position. Small gap between the lower back and the mat. And pulled in at least 30%. So let's go into some nice arm exercises. I'm going to encourage you all to come into tabletop for these exercises. Of course, that's optional. But if you can, please do. So lift one leg at a time, coming into that tabletop position. If at any time you're getting a bit tired in the core or the legs, just lower them back down. Okay, take a lovely deep inhale. On the exhale, stretching those arms up above you. Inhale, relax shoulders. And on the exhale, stretching those fingers towards the ceiling. Inhale, release. Exhale, follow those fingertips as you stretch towards the ceiling. Inhale, release. So make sure you're using your core as well as those shoulders for these movements. Release. Remember, with this exercise, you can follow with a head, neck, and upper back lift, but make sure that your head isn't being suspended, that you're supporting it properly with those shoulders. Inhale, release. So your eye line should be going kind of towards the wall in front of you or even your legs. Inhale, release. Let's do 3 more of those. Pushing through those fingertips, following that with the head, neck, upper back if you're happy to. Keeping that core as strong as possible. 2 more. Inhale, release your last one of these. Inhale, release. Wonderful stuff. We're going to take another deep breath in. And on the exhale, we're just going to open those arms out. Coming into that T shape, making sure you're not going up into a Y. So lovely straight line from fingertip to fingertip. Inhale and close. Exhale to open. Keep that core engaged. Inhale, close. Remember, if at any time your tummy's getting tired, do just place those legs back down, up to you. Exhale to open. Inhale, really use that core as you close those arms. And exhale, gently and with control, lowering, feeling the resistance with those inner pectorals and bicep muscles. Inhale, back to center. Let's do 4 more of these. Come to 3 more. Inhale, back to center. Let's do 2 more of those arms. Inhale, back to center. Come into your last repetition. And inhale it back to center. We're going to go into seesaw arms as our last arm exercise. Please rest those legs if you'd like to. Lowering that right arm towards the wall above the head, going up towards that ear. Left arm's going down to the hips. Take a deep breath in and stretch. Exhale as you swap those arms over. So remember, you don't want to rest either of the arms on the floor completely. Keep them hovering above the mat. Exhale to swap. And inhale to stretch, keeping that core engaged. Make sure you're staying in that neutral position. So make sure that your back isn't arching. If it is, please just place those legs back down on the mat. Or don't go quite so far with the arms. Exhale as you swap. Inhale as you stretch. Exhale to swap. And inhale to stretch. Keep breathing. After this repetition, we'll do 2 more on each side. So come into your last repetition on each side now. And wonderful, gently and with control, just lower those arms, placing those weights aside, lower the legs, 1 leg at a time. And let's just go into a quick full body stretch with toes pointed to release those thighs. Take a couple of breaths there. Lovely stuff. Okay. So let's come into shoulder bridge. We're just going to do a simple progression with shoulder bridge today, so we're not going to spend too much time on it. So lovely deep inhale, just starting with the simple bridge, coming up vertebrae by vertebrae onto the shoulders, engage glutes at the top, deep inhale, and exhale, release, coming down vertebrae by vertebrae. Imagine yourself a strand of pearls, placing yourself back on the mat, deep inhale at the end. Exhale as you come up, pushing through those thighs, through those hips to the ceiling and the glutes. Lovely deep inhale. Exhale as you come back down. Okay, 1 more. Exhale to come back down vertebrae by vertebrae. So if you're with me on the progression, all we're going to do is a gentle crunch. So we're going to take those hands and place them behind the head, elbows spread out. And again, coming up into that shoulder bridge, make sure there's still a space between the chin and the chest. Take a deep breath in at the top And on the exhale, as you come out of the bridge, you're lifting the head, neck, upper back off the mat, looking towards that core. Deep breath in. Remember that alignment between the chin and the chest. You don't ever want to push that head into the chest. Remembering to breathe the whole time as well. So breathing on the stretches. Exhale as you move. Inhale as you push through those hips. Exhale as you lift the head, neck and upper back while lowering the lower back onto the mat. Take a deep breath in at the top. And exhale to repeat. Okay, let's do one more shoulder bridge there. And when you're finished with that, gently and with control, we're just going to lower everything down onto the mat and then hug those knees into the chest. Lovely, so just swaying from side to side there to target those glutes and abductors. And if you'd like to circle instead, you are more than welcome to, whatever works for you. Keep on breathing. Remember, you can rotate those ankles as well. Okay, so let's just come onto our side. We're going to do some of the side leg series today, some new ones, one new one. So line the bottom shoulder, elbow up across the knee, along the back of the mat. And we want those legs to be at a 45-degree angle in front for balance and purposes. Remember this top hand, we're not putting any pressure on it, we're just placing it there in case we happen to roll and to remind ourselves to engage that core. And also remember there's always the option to lengthen that bottom arm and place a cushion in between the ear and the bicep there, if that's more comfortable for you. It works for you. Okay, so we're going to do some lifting and lowering. It's an exercise where usually I would say to float that leg up and resist as we come down. We're going to do the exact opposite today. So we're going to resist as we lift. And then you can release as you go down. So we'll be exhaling, resisting as we lift. And inhaling as we come down. Exhale, resist and lift. Inhale, release. And exhale, really pushing up. So you're targeting the max, glutes max, and these abductors here, so the outside of the thigh. Inhale. Exhale, resist. Keep that core engaged. Inhale, release. We're going to do one more of those, and then we're going to add some pulsing. Inhale, release. You know it's going to be a sore one when we pulse. So come up to about as high as you're comfortable coming, and then we're going to pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's release. Take a lovely deep inhale. Just think about lengthening through that leg, and we're going to do that again. Lifting up again. Let's pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And release gently. Wonderful. Bending those knees. We're going to open and close. So inhale, and on the exhale, let's just open up. Inhale, closing those knees back together. Exhale to open. Inhale to close. And exhale as you open. Inhale to close. Exhale to open. Keep that core engaged, remember. Inhale, close, top shoulders relax. 2 more of these. Exhale, open. Inhale to close. Let's go to our last one. Inhale to close. Wonderful stuff. We're just going to come back to seated. Give those legs a bit of a shake. And then we're going to repeat the same on the other side. So straight onto the other side. Making sure you're in alignment, either propping that head up on the hand or lying that arm down. Legs at a 45-degree angle in front. Take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, let's resist as we lift that leg up as far as you're comfortable going. Inhale, gently coming back down. Make sure you're not completely dropping that leg. But you don't have to resist as we would in the past. So inhale, releasing. And exhale, really engage that outer thigh, the outer bottom as well, as you lift. Inhale, release. Exhale, engage. Inhale. Let's do 2 more and then we'll go into those pulses. And 1 more. Okay, so we're coming to where we're comfortable going and then we're pulsing. 10, 9, 8, just small pulses. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And release, have a lovely stretch and take a deep breath in. Exhaling. Another deep inhale. And we'll come back up on the exhale. And pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's release. And bending those legs again. So heels are at the back of the mat as well. Take a lovely deep inhale. And on the exhale, opening those knees up. Inhale to close. Exhale, opening up. And inhale to close. Exhale, open up. Make sure you're not putting any pressure on that top hand. Inhale to close. Exhale to open. Keep that core strong, keep that tummy tiny. Let's do 3 more of those. And 2 more. Close. And let's go to our final repetition. Exhale to open. And inhale to close. Wonderful. Rolling over onto the front. We'll go into a full body stretch there. Great stuff. Just take a few breaths there to release and relax those legs. And in a minute, we'll go into some gentle roll-ups. Won't add any progressions today. We've been doing quite a lot of leg work, so we don't want to be lifting them again for a little while. Great stuff. Okay, so when we're ready, we're going to roll over onto our bottoms. And we're going to come into our lovely roll downs. So make sure that chest is open, lovely stretch up through the front of the neck, through the spine, strengthening your head up towards the ceiling. Take a deep inhale. And on the exhale, let's come into that part roll back. So we can start with the arms out in front of us. Take an inhale there. Exhale, coming forwards. Inhale and stretch through those fingertips. Exhale, rolling back as far as you can comfortably control. Let's just start, even if we do go into the full roll-ups happily, let's just start with these part roll-ups anyway, because we are just testing that kind of border where there's kind of a bit of strain on that core. So holding it in that position will test us a little bit. Inhale, stretch through the arms. Exhale, coming down, holding. Keep that space between the chin and the chest. And after this one, we are welcome to come into the full roll-ups as well. If we are there, remember you can support your lower back with a little cushion or rolled up towel. Deep breath in at the top. Exhale, use that core to come back up. Inhale, stretch. Keep that space between the chin and the chest. Keep on breathing. Okay, we're just going to do a couple more of these because I do want to add one more leg exercise to the end of the class. So after this one, you're coming to your last roll up. So one more for everyone, whatever you're doing. And we will lower all the way to the ground. So we want to place those arms either side of the hips, taking that left leg and bending it. This is an exercise we usually do by supporting the lower back with a cushion or block. So if you want to do that, you can. It's a tiny bit more challenging to do it without. There's not really much in it, to be completely honest. So we want to make sure that the left leg or the leg that you have bent is staying really still and strong. The opposite leg is pointed. We're going to take a deep breath in and lift that leg up. Okay, inhale at the top. Exhale, flex that foot as you lower down gently and with control. Keep those shoulders relaxed. Inhale, point and lift. Exhale, flex and lower. Keep that left leg strong. Inhale, point and lift. Lovely flowing movement. Try and think about that range of movement as well. But making sure those hips are staying anchored to the ground, and so is the tailbone. Inhale as you lift. Exhale as you lower. Inhale, lift and point. Exhale, lower, flex. We're going to go into a circle. So circle around from the floor, coming back up to center. And then circling back down to the floor. So you might need to watch your cameras for this one. So circling above, over the floor, up to center. And then circling back down again. Circling out to the side. Coming up. And back down. Let's do 2 more of these. Wonderful. Come to your last repetition of these ones, circling up to the ceiling and then circling back down to the floor. Let's swap those legs. So bending the opposite leg now, straightening the one that was previously bent. Take a deep inhale as you point that leg and lift it, pointing up to the ceiling. Exhale, flex and lower. Keep that core engaged. Keep those hips anchored to the floor. Inhale, point and lift. And exhale, flex and lower. Lovely open chest, lovely relaxed shoulders and jaw. Inhale, point and lift. Exhale, flex and lower. And inhale, point and lift. Trying to think about that range of movement as well. Let's do 2 more like this, and then we'll add our kind of semicircles, quarter circles. 1 more, pointing to lift. Exhale, flex to lower, and we're going to circle across the floor and up to the center, pointing towards the ceiling. And repeating, down, back to the floor. So with these exercises, you can kind of breathe in at the end and exhale as you move. Remember, you want to keep both hips anchored to the floor the whole time. Opening up and up to the ceiling. Keep breathing. Make those circles as big or as small as you want to. Okay, let's do 1 more in each direction. Circling back up, and then just to finish, circle back down to the floor. Release that opposite leg and come into a full body stretch. Pointing those toes and stretching through from fingertip to fingertip. Let's focus again on those Pilates breaths. Exhaling all that air out through the lungs. Inhale, filling those up. Okay, flex those feet and stretch through the heels. Okay, so coming into our figure 4 stretch, we're going to plant the right foot to the floor, bending that left ankle over the right knee. And if we're happy to, just pulling underneath that thigh, starting with clockwise circle. Gentle, slow circles. Feeling that tension, stretching off wherever it is. And then circling in the other direction. With these stretches, it really is a case of listening to your body. So if anything doesn't really feel like it's doing what you want, then just adjust it for yourself. Okay, so we're going to come in, pulling in and just targeting that tension. Wherever you're feeling it, just target the tension. And then circle those ankles as well. Great stuff. Let's swap those legs over and do exactly the same on the other side. Gentle, slow, clockwise circles. Okay, and going in the opposite direction when you're ready. Make sure you're not hunching those shoulders up, you're just using those arms as a band. And again, coming into wherever you're feeling that tension, massaging that up, rolling those ankles. Great stuff. Okay. So we're just going to gently lift ourselves up to a seated position. I'm just going to face you because it's easier for you to see. Putting the soles of the feet together, we're just going to go into a seated butterfly stretch. So just gently pushing against the insides of the thighs, feeling that stretch all the way through the insides of the thighs. So that's your adductor muscles. Taking a few breaths, so just make sure that head's completely relaxed. Keep on thinking about those Pilates breaths. Wonderful. Gently releasing yourself. After that, we're going to come into a fine stretch forward, seated. So having those feet flexed, just reaching down towards those toes. Releasing that head and allowing yourself to feel that stretch all the way through the back of the spine, backs of the thighs and across. Keep breathing. Okay, gently we're going to come out of that. We're just going to go into a gentle rotational stretch. Just by rotating that upper body, you can keep those legs as they are for now. Just feel that through the obliques here. And then repeating the same on the other side. Just allow those legs to be released. You don't have to hold them in position anymore. Great stuff. Okay, coming back to center, we're just going to come up into a standing position. Taking our parallel stance again. Okay, let's open up. Stretching through those arms all the way up to the ceiling. Take a deep inhale and exhale as you come back down. Inhale, open, lengthening, stretching. Exhale, coming back down. Inhale, opening, Release those feet, coming into your final roll down. And holding that for a few breaths. Okay. Stack yourself back up. Let's do a few shoulder rolls forwards. And a few shoulder rolls backwards. Wonderful, coming back into alignment, giving yourself a shake off. And we're all finished. Thank you very much, everybody, for attending.
Thank you, Heidi.
Thank you very much.
Thanks very much, Heidi. Thank you.
Thank you. See you next week.
Yep. Bye.
Bye. Bye, everyone. Bye.